Hi folks, so I'm just going to show you a really quick video on how to mix printing inks for using on your jelly plate. So the printing inks that I like to use are by Caligo. They are these ones here. They come in tins and they come in tubes, and you get all different kinds of colours. I've got loads of different colours here, orange, blue and so on, but you can actually just get the processed red, processed yellow, processed blue and a white and a black, and you can mix loads of different colours from them. So I'm just going to very quickly show you how you can mix the different colours from those three plus the white and the black and get loads of different shades, and then in another video I'm going to show you how you can use them for your printing. So I'll speed this up a little bit and do a voiceover and explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it. So I take the colours out of the tins using a palette knife, and it's really important to wipe these in between taking out different colours so that the colours don't mix in the jar or on your palette knife. And I'm just laying out the red, the blue, the yellow and the white and the black. And normally when I'm printing, I wouldn't actually put out all of these colours. I'd probably choose a colour family that I wanted to use and just use those colours, because these inks go a really long way. So here to make some green, I'm just taking some yellow and some blue, and notice I've got different palette knives for that. And you can mix different quantities of yellow and blue to make different kinds of greens. So you could make a whole bunch of different kinds of greens this way. But I'm just making two here. One is a fairly green, and then the other one is a more of a yellowy green with just a tiny bit of blue mixed in there. So I mix those two. If you wanted to do some printing with just greens, you could make loads and loads of different greens. You could make a much darker green with more blue and so on. And now I'm taking some of that green, and then you can mix those with white to get more pastel-y shades. Now the white ink is opaque, so as soon as you add white to it, your colours will become opaque. They won't be so transparent, but you can get lots of really nice pale tones by adding varying quantities of white ink to your colours. So I'm also going to do the same with the red and the blue to make some purple, and with the red and the yellow to make some orange. And again, you can make different varying quantities of the two paints to make different kinds of colours, so a more bluey purple or a more magenta reddishy purple and so on. And again, you can mix those with white to make some nice pastel tones, and it depends how much white you put in and how much of the colour that you put in. So you can get lots and lots of different colours just from mixing these three primary colours and white. I haven't moved on and shown you the black yet. I really love these Caligo inks. They first of all make some really nice transparent layers on your jelly plate, and also a lot of people say that they don't want to get into using them because they're expensive, but actually you can see here that you only need a really small amount of each colour. And sometimes when I'm doing a class, maybe with 4 to 6 people, I'll put this many inks out and it'll last the whole day. So that's maybe 20-30 prints each per person. You can get a lot of prints from these inks. So I would say that actually they're a lot more cost effective than you think. They're more cost effective than using open acrylics. They've got a slightly different effect, but I wouldn't say that they're any more expensive than using regular acrylics on your plate. And because they don't dry quickly, you can have these plexiglass plates with your inks mixed up sitting out for the whole day and print with them. In fact, I've even done it where I've covered these over and used them again the next day, so you don't get any wastage there. So here I'm making a peach, and I've made those pale greens, And here what I'm doing is I'm taking some black, and it's such a tiny bit, can you see it's so small, and I'm mixing it with the yellow there, and by doing that you can get a really nice olivey green colour and then a slightly darker one, and you can do that with the other colours as well. I just didn't do that on this video. So here, this primary processed blue is quite a deep colour, so I've mixed it here with some white so that you can see that it's lighter when you add the white, but again that makes it opaque, so you lose that transparency. Looking at this colour wheel, I'm just looking at the opposite colours on the colour wheel. So opposite to blue is orange, opposite to red is green, and opposite to yellow is purple. And if you take a small tiny amount of the colour that is opposite your colour on the colour wheel, so here I'm adding some orange to my blue, it dulls the colour a little bit and you get some really nice subtle tones that way. So if I was to take equal amounts of those three primary colours, I would make a brown, but by adding small amounts I can get some really nice subtle tones that make some really interesting colours that you can't really get with the open acrylics as such, unless you were going to sit and mix them. But I tend to find that when I'm using the open acrylics, I take them straight from the tube, and when I'm taking the regular acrylics, again I take them straight from the tube, whereas here I can really spend some time colour mixing and getting loads and loads of different colours. So this was just a quick introduction into mixing up the printing inks, and this is extender, so I'm adding this. This makes your printing inks a lot thinner, so you get more transparent layers on your plate. The next video that I'm going to do will be to show you printing with these inks. So I'll be doing some printing with these inks so you can see the results. So if you like this video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up and come back for my next video. Thank you so much for watching.